Okay, guys, I appreciate all that you're doing for Bucky and I, but I need you guys to dial it back by like 100. This is too much. This is just really isn't Bucky and I's style. Oh, come on, Cap. You two are getting hitched. This is like the wedding of the century. Come on, that's a bit dramatic. I mean, I don't know. It took you guys about that long to get together in the first place. I can't even get mad because you're not wrong.
Did you know that statistically you're more likely to get bitten by a New Yorker than you are by a shark? Yeah, that checks out. I mean, I get bitten by a New Yorker almost every day, so I'm not surprised. I'm sorry, what? Bucky! When did you become such a menace? I've known you for the better part of 90 years, my love. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear any of that.
So I'm thinking about cosplaying Spider-Man again. I have been thinking about it for years, I just, haven't. But, one, I've been wanting to do this for years, and two, my partner and I are discussing doing a Spidey-Pool cosplay at the next con we go to. So, listen, I never actually got into Spidey-Pool. I am now. I started reading the Spider-Man/Deadpool comic. It's a thing. So this is just a reminder that if you are consuming Marvel content, sail the seas, whether it shows, movies, anything. Don't give money to Disney or Marvel. You can avoid it. Along with this, I'm just, consuming other forms of Spider-Man media. Every so often, I just do that. Over the years, I've watched all of the live-action movies. I've watched Spider-Verse. I've watched Spectacular Spider-Man. Now it's Ultimate Spider-Man. And part of the reason I am watching Ultimate Spider-Man was because someone told me that they do Spidey-Pool pretty well. So I did just watch the Deadpool episode, because there's only one. I thought that he would be, chilling, in a round in the series. It doesn't look like that's gonna happen. But anyway, watch the episode with Deadpool in it, the Ultimate Deadpool episode. Girl, why is the voice actor for Deadpool the same fucking voice actor that was Ron Stoppable? Will Friedle is Deadpool in this series. And it's so funny, because at first, I was like, his voice is familiar, but, I wasn't sure. And the more that I watched the episode, the more that I was like, is this Ron fucking Stoppable? And I checked and it was. Hearing Ron Stoppable's voice, I've been watching Kim Possible since I was 6. Hearing that voice say the things that Deadpool did in that episode was so funny. I didn't know I needed that in my life. I don't know, some voice actors, because of how distinct their voice is, it's really hard to, not, picture and imagine the character that you know them as and have known them as for so long. Scott Menville playing Bucky in Avengers or Mightiest Heroes. Whenever I hear his voice, even in that show when he's playing Bucky, my brain is immediately this is Robin. That's Dick Grayson. That's Robin. That's not Bucky. But no, Will Friedle did a really good job, and I'm it's actually insane how well he did it. What? I mean, I guess Ron was always a really silly character, so it just having to flip it so you are way far into the silly chaotic part and just incorporate the murderous aspect, then you're there. But I don't know, it was really funny. I'm not quite clear on how old Deadpool's supposed to be in this show or in the one episode he's in. So I don't really want to ship it just because I'm is he also a teenager? What? So if anyone is curious, it is unclear if they're the same age in Ultimate Spider-Man, so therefore I wouldn't say that as the media I would go to if you're looking for Spidey-Pool. Literally just read the comics, because they're actually adults in the comics, and it's actually semi-canon in the comics, which is hilarious. Semi-canon as in, Deadpool has a crush on him canonically, and Spider-Man is just nar. But they're silly about it. Steve? Bucky? Yeah. I saw this coming. Oh, great. I'm glad whatever you did didn't completely fry your fucking brain. Actually, I have a photographic memory now, so... Oh great, so I can get an in-depth explanation of what the hell you were thinking? Okay, I was thinking that it wasn't fair that they were gonna leave you to die. Right, yeah, okay. Yeah, that didn't answer any of my questions, Steve. Well, then you gotta be more specific, Buck. Stephen Grant Rogers, last time I saw you, you were 90 pounds soaking wet, 5 feet tall, and you had asthma. Now, you're taller than me, built like a brick shithouse, and Captain America. Great performances, by the way, so you want to explain what the hell you did? Well, it's kind of a long story. I have all the time in the world. Start talking.
Guys, come on. I think I've been making Marvel TikToks long enough for you guys to know better than to comment stuff like this. Of course they kissed. But you know, I make these videos all by myself. It's just me. At least in terms of filming and acting. I consult many people about the videos. Against their will, usually. I'm kidding. Kind of. But yeah, no. In a scene like this, especially if they're gonna kiss, they're gonna kiss. And I'm good. I don't need to represent that when it's just me. However, I have a partner who likes to go along with my dumb shit, so if you guys actually really do want a Stucky video where we actually get a Stucky kiss, I can make that happen. I was filming this video yesterday, and if you read the caption, you will know, well, first of all, thought I bruised my wrist. No, but this, is that a bruise? Either way, so like this part of my hand is a bit swollen from doing this against the wall multiple times, and then afterwards slamming my hand against the wall multiple times to make it sound like I was like physically slamming myself against the wall. And I also hit my head 4 times. I didn't put that in the caption. I forgot to. I actually forgot that it happened because like the wrist and hand thing was more recent, I guess. But I did also smack my head against the wall like 3 or 4 times. And I told Jasper that, and he was like, "Why would you do this? Don't hurt yourself for a video." And I was like, "Listen, I needed Bucky to pin Steve to the wall." And he was like, "And you couldn't wait for me to be there? Like, you couldn't just wait?" So, Jasper and I have also like kind of discussed cosplaying Stucky again anyway. Plus, I have convinced them, and by convince, I mean I said I had an idea, and he agreed with no hesitation. I've convinced him to do a Spidey-Pool skit with me that I have mostly scripted, and we don't even have the cosplays for that, and we aren't even, like, planning on doing the cosplay until April. So, but after all this time, after all the times of doing Marvel videos, and especially doing Stucky stuff, I think all of us deserve a Stucky kiss, including myself. Especially if you consider the amount of times Jasper and I almost kissed when we were in Stucky cosplay. I think we're all owed that. Anyway, I don't even know what this video was. I was gonna just make the joke, oh, like, of course they kissed, and then I just started yapping, so, yeah. What's new? I need to go home. I just got off work. Okay.
That's how he reacted before he knew how you got there? I stand by that reaction to this day. I can't believe. I just can't. How do you handle finding out about the grenade? The what? You didn't tell him about the grenade? What grenade? Oh, what grenade, Steve? What? Steve. Don't you dare try to lie to me. Damn! I'm just gonna go. You know, when I got into Spidey-Pool, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. You know what? If I'm being so honest, I thought... I didn't think it was gonna be this good. To be fair, though, my experience with Spidey-Pool, very limited, because, you know, a lot of the fixations that I've had on Marvel has, like, been primarily on MCU stuff, and to be fair as well, a lot of fanfics and, like, fan content are based around the MCU version of the characters. So Spidey-Pool just, like, doesn't work when we're talking about the cinematic universes. At least, like, specifically Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Anyway, point is every single time before now that I like consumed Spidey-Pool content or like was exposed to Spidey-Pool content was not on purpose, and most of the time it was MCU Peter, and I was like, what the fuck? And literally, you know what, like, the worst part about it is, like, you know, it's weird if people would like take him from the movies and then just age him up just to ship him with Wade. That would still be weird, but they just don't do that. I straight up read one where Peter was still 17 and Wade was like 40. And they're like, okay. Huh? Like, I shit you not. I was reading a Stucky fic and that happened once and I was like, what the... Anyway, but getting into like canon Spider-Man and Deadpool dynamics is hilarious. Having read, I'm reading the comic now, and I was, you know, doing research, because of course I do. You know what? One time I was hanging out with my friend in fucking Los Angeles. I can speak. We were in their dorm, and they were like, what are you doing? We were both like just on our phones, and I was like, I'm reading the fan wiki for Bucky Barnes. They thought I was joking. I wasn't. And like then they looked at my phone, they're like, oh my god. But so yeah. Research Spidey-Pool. Why do they literally have a biological child? What the fuck? Like, they have a child that is biologically both of theirs. They were not, like, involved in it necessarily. Well, they were, but they weren't, because it was like they took Wade's DNA and Spider-Man's DNA and then made a person. Also, I just got to the part of the comic where they're like, Spider-Man is on his cheat list, and then they also danced in their underwear and did the lift from Dirty Dancing? I'm tired. What? Okay. So in the Deadpool and Wolverine, they said that they were in Earth 616, and I just looked up the name of Wade and Peter's child, which is Itsy Bitsy, by the way, and they said that is canon to Earth 616. I also just discovered that this character is introduced in, the 8th issue of the Spider-Man / Deadpool comic. Which one am I? I'm on the 5th one. Oh my god. I will update when I get to that point of the comic on what the fuck is going on with that. I was just gonna look up more information about it. Because, like, I did read up a bit about it before, and then I just, most of the information, it just... left my brain. It was probably like 3 a.m. when I found it. If it's me, let's be honest. But instead, I'm just gonna come back and let you know what the hell's going on there. Yeah, no, I didn't know what I was getting into. It's hilarious, and I actually love it. Also, the identity porn in the Spider-Man / Deadpool comic is god tier. Literally, him trying to become friends with Spider-Man, and then being hired to kill Peter Parker. He dies in the 4th issue, too. He's, like, in the in-between somewhere. I don't know. I'm, like, halfway through the 5th issue, and, like, Deadpool's in hell, and he's like, where the fuck is he? I actually love it. I'm having the best time.
Don't do anything stupid until I get back.
How can I? Taking all the stupid with you.
You're a punk.
Jerk. Careful.
The little ledge here too. I don't know what you want us to do now. My sunglasses. Dare you steal my sunglasses? These.
Hey, Wade, can you do me a favor? Spidey, I would literally cut out my kidneys and give them to you if you needed. That's great, Wade, especially knowing that you literally would just grow them back. Well, yeah, but it still hurts. Okay, anyway, I just need pads. Can you pick those up for me? Please. Yeah? What's your pussy size? That's not... 4. Got it. I chose this.
One of the drawbacks of being ace is that since I almost never fuck around, I rarely get to find out. I can tell you everything you want.
I am so turned on right now and seriously terrified of you. That's the appropriate response.
Hit it like rum pom pom. Get it hot like Papa John. Make a